Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Saving with Vanya 90. I do all things cash budgeting videos, and today I will be doing something different. And today I will be starting the hashtag ODBJ series, which represents our different budgeting series. This was created by our budgeting friend, Budgeting April, and I will leave her down in the description. Go make sure to check out her channel. She came up with this idea of all budgeters coming together and sharing our stories of why we began budgeting, how we do it, the struggles we face. And I think this is a wonderful thing for people that are thinking on starting to budget. So I will start by introducing myself. So my name is Vanessa. I am 31 years old. I have one 9-year-old daughter, one 7-year-old son, one 1-year-old son, and my baby angel in heaven. I got my bachelor's degree in social work and minor in social gerontology. The reason why I began budgeting was because I used to be working 40 hours, earning a good amount on a bi-weekly basis of 1,500 up to 1,600 every 2 weeks. And 3 or 4 days before my next paycheck, I noticed on my bank account I only had $300 left, 200, and I'm like, wait, there must be something wrong. I haven't bought like all these new clothes. I haven't bought in nothing big. So where did that all money went? I did notice that I had gone out here and there to eat and made some little purchases for my kids, but I was like, that shouldn't be all my money, but it was. On July 2020th, when I was pregnant of my 1-year-old, when I was pregnant of my baby, I had complications and I had to go out of work and be put on bed rest, because if not, I could lose the baby. I could have a miscarriage. So I went off. I was on pregnancy disability leave, and then all this, C word that happened. Like, I talked to my husband and I told him that I didn't feel like I wanted to go back to work because, one, this was our last child. Two, I struggled so much during the pregnancy, and I wanted to dedicate all the time to him that I was not able to dedicate to my other children. So I had my daughter and I was going to the university 2 days and staying with her 2 days. Also with my son, I delivered just 1 month after I graduated. So with baby, I wanted to spend more time. So I knew that if I wasn't going to be working, we had to, find a way to make only my husband's income work for both of us to pay our rent and our bills. So I started watching videos and I came across the Budgeting Mom, Beautifully Me and You, and Betty's Budget, and started learning about the cash envelope system. I saw how the Budget Mom has sheets, and she broke down into details how to budget for your bills, how to budget for your sinking funds, which is stuff that you want for future and you could save little by little, and how you could do saving challenges, which is a fun way to save and stuff. So I like that, but didn't know how to get started. So that's one of the reasons that got me interested in starting to budget, was because I was no longer working. I had my son and I knew I had to make the money last to pay our rent and our bills, and I had to cut out on many things. I came across the Budget Mom, and I saw how she will use this sheet to break down her bills, sinking funds, which I didn't know. I was like, what is that? And I kept watching more and more videos. I learned that for sinking funds, it's any category or future event you want to save for, and you could save up little by little. I also came across Beautifully Me and You and Betty's and Budgets, and I was impressed. I was shocked at how much they were able to saved, and I was like, we gotta do this. So that's why on January 15, 2022, I decided to record my budgeting journey to hold me accountable, so I could know that I will be recording this, people will be watching me, and I want to do what I said I was gonna do, which is budget and not spend all the money on eating out, on clothes that is not necessary. Yes, I can save and spend on things I like here and there, but not all of it as I was spending. So I began budgeting, doing the zero-based budget, which means that every dollar has a place And that way I will know where all my money is going and spend it wisely. Making it a priority to pay my bills on time, and any credit card bill I may have. I wanted my credit score to be increasing little by little to meet my second goal of why I began budgeting, which is to buy a home. Which here, our landlord has been increasing our rents every year by $100. I try to go to the city to see if there was rent control, and there's no rent control. So if there's no rent control, she could raise 100, 200, 300, whatever she wants. So I mean, yes, we live here, we like it, we have good neighbors, but if we would have our home, whatever my husband is paying would actually be going down on our mortgage if we owned a home. So that's another reason why I'm budgeting, because I want to save with my saving challenges. I have some that I will be going over in another video that will be using specifically for a home down payment. And another reason why I began budgeting is because I saw that every dollar counts. I had the impression that, oh, if I earn too little, I can't do it. That's only for people that have medium income, high income, but it's not. I'm an example of that. 3 years ago, I was earning $1,600 every 2 weeks, which that was $3,400 a month. And where's all that money? Where is it? If I had saved it, I would have so much in the bank, but unfortunately. So as I grew up, I wasn't taught about budgeting. I wasn't taught about using credit cards. All I was told is don't go into debt, try to pay cash, do this, do that, but wasn't told how to do it. They could tell you to do many things, but the way I learn, I'm a visual learner, so I have to see step by step how to do it. If you show me, I could do it, but I have to see it step by step, not just hear it. So being on a low income now, I knew that I had to set my priorities, which will be pay my bills on time and credit cards in order for my credit score to go high, to be able to buy a home in the near future when house prices go down. Because as you know, right now, especially in California, they're super high, they're double the price. So I want to be able to save up little by little for a house down payment. But of course, I need that credit score to be good for myself to get a good mortgage payment. I also started cash budgeting because every time an emergency will come up, we didn't have the money set aside. We would have to go ask family member for money. And one, I was honestly embarrassed to ask for it, because they're going to say, you know, you worked and he was working, so why don't you have money for that? They didn't tell me, but you know, I just didn't like asking for money, but I had to. And two, there are certain people that sometimes you ask, and next thing, if they get mad or something, for any reason, they bring it up. And I don't like that. You know, if you do a favor, you do it because you wanted to, not to bring it up later. You know, I don't think that's right. So I wanted to build my emergency fund, so if anything would happen in the future, we would have it and wouldn't have to be asking nobody for money. Another reason why I started budgeting is because I wanted to have money in what I learned are sinking funds, which is future events or things that we want to buy or get. Because before, if our fridge will break down, we will be stressing, counting the days when we will get paid to buy something, or for birthdays at the last 2 weeks we will be buying stuff, and then we will be missing other things, and we would be stressing on how we're going to pay for those items. Now, through sinking funds, through budgeting, we could save $1 at a time, $5, $10, $20, as you can. And when that time comes, you'll have the money set aside. You could do it 1 month before, you could do it 6 months before. It's up to you. It's all about budgeting your money as you can on your own budget. Lots of us may be low income, lots of us may be high income, but our lives, our priorities, our needs are all different. So we should budget our own pace and not feel bad about what other people are doing or adding to their envelopes, because we can't do the same. We have to do as we can. What matters is that you keep going and not give up, not get discouraged. If something comes up, you have to pull up for your emergency fund. We don't want that, but if it's needed, it's there, you know. So I think it's important we all learn about the cash budgeting system and get started, because it will change your life. It will change your mentality. At least it has changed mine. And I love the budgeting community. I wish I had learned about it. I've made some great friends here, and I hope to keep learning more and more. Every day we learn something new from other cash budgeters. So I hope this motivates you to start cash budgeting if you have not. Like I said, your reason could be you want to get out of debt, you want to buy a home, you want to buy that dream car you've always wanted, you want to have funds for your kids' future. So any reason you have, just get started. If you have $20, start by adding $1 to each envelope, each category, $5, and keep going from there. So lastly, I wanted to start cash budgeting because I wanted to prove myself that even with the low income that I have, I could save. I didn't save when I had my income at double the triple amount I have now, but if I could do it now, whenever I go back to working full time, I could save much more and do many things that I may want to do in the near future. So that, and I want to, if I could prove to myself that I can do it, I could also prove to my children who are just growing up, they're 7 and 9, that budgeting makes a difference. And I can prove to my kids that by saving $1, $2 at a time, they can accumulate money and then buy something big that they want. So as of right now, I have a kids binder, which is my daughter's, my son's, and my baby's envelope. They have their back to school envelope, a bless others envelope, sports envelope, and bless others envelope. So right there I have my daughter cash stuff her own envelopes. My son would participate at times, but he gets shy, and I respect that. I'm still trying to have him sit next to her so he could see how she's doing it, and he gets motivated to do it. I'm teaching her, you know, from the money I give them and my dad, they're saving certain amount for themselves and certain amount for future programs, activities they want to join, as well as future places they would like to go. Like this time they were saving by Great Wolf. So they see it's not about just asking, oh, I want to go here, and getting all the money from one moment to the next. They have to save little by little, every dollar, one at a time. So yes, so once again, the little recap. So of why I started budgeting was because I was spending my money here and there, not going where it went. So I wanted to be able to track in cash envelopes where my money would be being spent and have a limit on it. 2, because I want to save for a future home for my kids and my family to have. And 3, because I wanted to prove to myself that even on a low income, I can budget for future things, events I want to have, for mini vacations, and to teach my kids about budgeting at a young age, which they are now 7, 9, and then I have a 1-year-old. So I want them to know about managing their money, their finances at a young age, so when they grow up, they can make wiser choices. So that was it for the hashtag ODBJ budgeting series topic of today, of why I began budgeting. If you're thinking about budgeting, give it a try. Watch 2, 3, 4 different videos of how to budget and get started. Like I said, every dollar adds up and it will make a difference in your life. So that's all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed watching, and leave a comment if you like this video, or if you have any questions, write down. So that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching and you learned a little bit more of why I began cash budgeting, and get motivated to start on it if you haven't started. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.